It works. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to share a story with you about my experience in accepting challenges. That is why my presentation is also called Accept, Consider, Deny. Which one? We shall figure out. Well, for my point of view at least, I grew up in a very comfortable environment throughout my whole childhood until now. My parents were really caring, and still are really caring, just to point that out. They, metaphorically speaking, picked up every stone that was in my way, basically on the path towards victory, if you would call it that way. They picked it up and they said, actually, they picked these stones up and told me, look at this stone. This might have been the consequence if you tripped over the stone. If you have decided to walk over it, this might have been the impact on your life. They basically gave me like moral lessons on what could have happened and what will happen and what happened. And I was very happy about that. I had a nice childhood. It was really cool. Well, but we all know that accepting challenges and facing obstacles does not only consist of your loved ones, my parents in this case, telling us what is good or bad, or what decisions you have to make in your life. Because we all know, as probably most of you have experienced, you have to make personal experiences. And you can't avoid to utterly faceplant during those experiences. Because you have never made these experiences before, so you don't know what's coming towards you. It's basically, those obstacles that we face are like, take about 4 formats. One of them is the simple stone. It just like lays in front of you, you see that challenge, and you're like, oh, that's easy, it's a stone, or I don't even need to worry about that, I can step over that challenge. And then there are the format of rocks. They're a bit bigger. You can't really just like step over them and continue. You have to take a little jump to get over these challenges and gain new experiences through that. And some of them take the format of boulders, humongous boulders, which you can't jump over, which you can't walk over, which you have to like take step by step and take a pickle, an ice pickle, or an axe, or a hammer, or whatever, and just smash it down bit by bit. And most of you probably know that's the most difficult thing to do. But all these obstacles that we face challenge us to become a mature person, to grow up, to learn what we have done, and to learn from our mistakes. So, after telling you this, you might ask yourself, why is a 17-year-old boy up here telling me about challenges and why I should accept challenges? I have done that before. I mean, I have crashed and burned and so many challenges that I have faced over my life. Well, first of all, there's free food. And second of all, you have no chance of getting out of here because I'm talking to you and you have to listen to my words. That's why I'm telling you this. No, I'm just joking. I actually want to share this with you because I have experienced it myself. How important it is to accept challenges and what you can get out of these challenges now and in the future. Let me tell you a little story. As most of you might know, actually, all of you know, because we're at the FIS, and the FIS is an IB school, I am an IB student in 11th grade, just like Mr. Alban kindly mentioned. And the IB itself is already challenging enough. We have extended essays, we have internal assessments, we got further oral commentaries, and all of the things that just approach you and you don't know really how to deal with them. And you just get the urge to procrastinate your extended essay until the very last day, 4,000 words, a whole amount of research. I have not gone that far yet, but I hope I will not go that far because that would be bad. A huge part of the IB is CAS, Creativity Action Service. This is basically the IB's way of giving us the opportunity to contribute to society or to the community in I would call it, individual way, in an individual manner. We have CAS meetings every now and then on Mondays in homeroom, and once, because the teachers actually encourage us to be innovative, to have great ideas, to take initiative and things like that, a group of, well, me and my friends, we actually came up with a, as we thought, pretty good idea for funding charity, which we have connections to throughout the school. And we went into one of those cast discussions, and we thought, oh, we would bring that up. Maybe that could work. And sadly, this idea got rejected. And because we actually put quite much work into it, we thought out what we could do, tried to find solutions for the problems. And then at the end, when it got rejected, I was so annoyed. I was so annoyed. And I was like a volcano. I could have erupted any second. I was like, ah. But these moments, exactly these moments, interestingly enough, give you like an intelligence boost. That's the only way I can say it. That happened to me, kind of. Not saying that I'm uber intelligent, but that just happened in that situation. I got the idea of, I don't know how, maybe because I like music, I got the idea of organizing a charity concert, like out of the blue, with 6 bands playing for a whole day. And I just thought to myself, oh, I am very enthusiastic about this, and I really want to do this. And I was really happy about it because I thought, wow, maybe this idea will get accepted, and I want to make this really big, so that people can see, yeah, we have accomplished something. So I said to myself, I will take up the challenge of time management, organization, and planning, which is basically the 3 fundamental parts of organizing a charity concert. And I thought to myself, challenge accepted. Yeah, I was so enthusiastic, I could have started right away, which I did not do, but I started later. And I started planning, I started contacting friends if they want to get involved as a cast project, because I knew I could not do it all by myself, even though I would have liked to, because I was really enthusiastic about it. And then I started planning, I started contacting some people who might sponsor this event and things like that, and I was really enthusiastic about it. But then after a while, I actually realized that there was much more to this challenge than just a simple stone. It began to grow. It was like suddenly after, I'd say 2 months or something like that, it was beginning to go to a half boulder, I would call it. It was getting bigger and bigger because I was like, oh, I need to call these people to organize that. I need to contact my friends even more to get some dates for meetings planned and everything like that. And that just began to build up and build up and build up. And then I figured, that is really difficult. And I realized, my weaknesses such as time management and organization are kind of kicking in. Because I was like, oh, how can I do this? It's so difficult. I don't have so much time. I have schoolwork to do. I have my hobbies. How should I fit this into my daily life, basically? And then my state of mind kind of changed to like a challenge considered, kind of. I was like, I wasn't against it, and I wasn't for it. I was kind of in between, because I thought to myself, it's so difficult. My weaknesses are there. Can I ever overcome these weaknesses? And doubts came up. You probably know that. Doubts are bad, most of the time. And that changed my state of mind. And I continued planning with my friends because I thought, maybe we could actually do something out of this. Maybe the plan would work out, and we continued planning, organizing things. But after a while, when I received all of these assignments, all of the schoolwork that I had to do, and I thought about my hobbies. I want to play the drums much more often, and I began to, well, I would not call it panic, but it started kind of, like the cycle started, panic cycle. And I thought to myself, why should I do such a big project? Why should I stress myself with my weaknesses like time management or planning or organization if other people have great cast projects going on? I can just get involved as an innocent bystander, just slip in and not get noticed basically and get free cast hours without any big effort. And the challenge that basically got bigger, the boulder was at the top of the roof, kind of. It was huge. I couldn't overcome that because I thought, well, my weaknesses are bottoming me out on this. Like, they're outweighing my strengths. And then my state of mind changed again to a challenge of 9. I was like, no, I can't manage it. I don't have time for this. I just kind of wanted to throw my plans away. And luckily, I said to myself, no. Wait a minute. Because I realized that my weaknesses are exactly that what held me up from progressing in life, from learning from my past. Because, like I already said, I had many challenges which I faced, but I always took the easy way out, kind of. I always searched for the easier way. Oh, is there maybe something I could do easier? I don't want to make it too complicated, and all those doubts came up. But for once now I decided, no, I'm going to take on this because I think it is very important for us to know what we did in the past, what mistakes we did, and to not repeat those again. My experiences that I have made throughout this process are actually, nothing new to me. I know that I'm not the best time manager. I know that I'm not perfect at organizing things, and I am far away from being perfect and meeting every deadline that we get in school. But that's how life is, and that's why I accepted this challenge, because I said to myself, it's time to change something. And if you accept challenges, change comes with it, which is pretty amazing though. And through accepting this challenge, I am actually learning these attributes. I am improving in these attributes. Even though it might take a long time, but I feel that a change is occurring. And I've learned that you can't always take the easy way out. Because if you have a boulder in front of you, just picture that in your mind. You're hiking up a hill, and the peak is basically the victory. That's like the top of your accomplishments. And you can oversee everything that you have done before your whole life. You're taking that hike, it's so exhausting. And then you walk up, and then you jump over a stone, and then you see a rock, and you jump over that rock. And then there comes suddenly life pushes down a huge boulder which comes directly in you, where you're like, no. Why? That is not necessary. But then, you can't take the easy way out. You can't go sideways. You can't go that way because you might fall off the cliff. So, I've learned that I should be prepared and ready to learn to actually break down that huge boulder. And that's why I would like to encourage you to accept the challenges that life gives you, because it makes you not repeat the things that you did before. It makes you get better at things. It makes you actually progress in life. And we can fall sometimes. I mean, everyone does that. It's impossible to not fall. And then if we see one of these pebbles, then we can throw them far away. And if we meet these pebbles again, we can just step over it because we knew that we have experienced that before, and we're not repeating the same mistake again. Just like the American general George S. Patton said in the Second World War, accept the challenges so that you may feel the exhilaration of victory. And at the end, when you're at the top of the mountain, you might taste the sweetness of victory just like this guy. Thank you very much.